Picking up the Morini X-Cape 649 for evaluation. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This is EasyB with EasyB Moto. If you're in the market for a mid-size adventure bike, you may have heard or considered the Moto Morini X-Cape. This is a 2023 Moto Morini X-Cape. Guess what? I just spent a few days with this bike and I'm here to spill the tea. Moto 10. All right, thank you, sir, thank you. Can't wait to try this bike and tell you all about it. Remember, post in the comments if you have any question about this bike. Contact Moto 10, Alex and the team there, and then we'll go from there. All right, first impression. Let's just say this bike turned out more heads than an Italian supermodel at a motorcycle rally. I'm kidding, and this is my little Gen AI generated humor. But the bike did turn out some heads. Is it just look or does it actually deliver? Let's find out. All right, let's talk aesthetics. Really, the Moto Morini, I think, looks good. For what you pay for, the way it stands, it's got very angular, sharp design, aggressive lines. It kind of reminds me of a Tenere 700, but it's imposing, dominant. I love the front end, the way they cut out the front end there, very aggressive. It's definitely pinching above his line for the look as far as aesthetics is concerned. And the build quality, surprisingly, is quite solid. There are some things I don't like about the bike. We'll talk about it towards when I get to the pros and the quirks, the cons and the quirks of the bike. But overall, it's solid. The TFT display is bright and easy to read, even in direct sunlight. You can connect your phone to it. It's got music and navigation once you connect your phone, like a built-in CarPlay kind of thing. The bike feels responsive, very nimble. It comes with Pirelli tires. It's got the Silky suspensions on the front, independent shocks. It's got some good component out of the box you get. Well, this one has some add-ons. So the add-ons are the handguard, the crash bars. I believe the windshield may be a little bit better or taller. And the cases, which are over there. It comes with this set of case. But aesthetic-wise, quality, it's a good product, especially for what you pay for. Hey, little bonus video. How do you install luggage on the Moto Morini? Very easy. So these are the stock Moto Morini, not stock. These are the add-ons, option Moto Morini luggage. Very sturdy, very nice. They have recess on the bottom. Typical to mini bikes, you just line them up on the groove, flat, push them. I believe you need a key for the next step. So on the Moto Morini, you get a couple of keys, and one of the keys is a small key for the luggage system. You hook it up, you turn it. With the key, you put it in unlock position and you lock the luggage. Securely mounted. Same thing for the side luggage. We'll do one side only. See the cutout. You line up the luggage, let them slide, mount them, lock it. Easy peasy, ready to go. To open up, very standard for you. So this is a Moto Morini X-Cape 2023. Extra keys in there. Another big pro out of the box. You get TPMS, front and rear tire pressure sensor on the TFT display. And when I first sat on the bike, it definitely feels just sitting in the bike versus on top of the bike, like my KTM 890 or my 390 Adventure. The riding position feels pretty upright and commanding. It's perfect if you're gonna be on the streets or if you're gonna stand up for some spirited adventure riding. However, I like the attack position a little bit better. So if this were my own bike, I would probably move the handlebar a step down, which you can do due to the 3 position of adjustments here. But it's very good to go, especially if you're not looking for something extremely aggressive. Sitting in the bike versus on top of the bike. Let's talk engine and performance. The 649cc parallel twin engine, it's not the most powerful engine. However, when I compare this to the 2011 Kawasaki KLR 650 that we own, of course it's 2011, so it's a little weaker. I have not driven a 2023. This engine feels pretty strong and much more responsive. It has enough power to get you going. I have not struggled on the highway at all to reach 90 miles an hour compared to on the KLR. It definitely feels very nimble, very responsive. The transmission leaves a little bit to be desired, or I don't know if it's because I'm spoiled by the KTM 890. So when I shift, I really have to, it's very mechanical. So it's like a traditional motorcycle on the Morini. So you gotta press that pedal. There's a little bit of delay once I let this pedal go and it comes. But otherwise, this engine feels reliable and it's not gonna let you stranded. On the road, I feel like the X-Cape handles pretty surprising very well. Like I said, it's very nimble. One thing I couldn't stop doing was playing with the bike on the foot peg. Very responsive on the foot peg, and I felt like compared to the KLR, although I believe this one is a little heavier, it was definitely much more nimble. The riding position, as I mentioned, upright and wide handlebars. It gives you a lot of control, confidence, and look, if you are okay with that. Again, I prefer a little bit more attack position. However, this was not too bad. The suspension soaked up some bumps on the regular street, but I took it off-road and I hit a couple of potholes trying to jump them. And at one time, I think it bottomed out a little bit. But this comes with adjustable suspension for compression and damping. I did not touch those settings, so maybe I could have made the suspension a little bit harder. So more around the off-road. I did not take this bike on long off-road rides or trails. So unfortunately, I wish I had taken more on the gravels, but I did go off-road on the grass and pave and dirt. Handled pretty well. The Pirelli tires that it comes with were pretty responsive. Felt a little bit like I was going to lose the rear end a couple of times, but once you put it on off-road mode, I like the way the display changes. It feels definitely more responsive and easier to slide, but not at the level of an 890 KTM or something of that nature. Stock tires, as I mentioned, are Pirelli. Let's see, what's the model on this one? Pirelli Scorpion Rally STR. Speaking of quirks and things that I don't like so much on this bike, I don't know, when I put my foot on the foot peg, my feet feels cramped, even though I don't have a big foot. So I think it's because of the design on this crossbar here. But anyway, I kept feeling that I was running out of room, especially around my heels. So I think it's due to the design of this part. I also think the exhaust feels a little low. I did not take this to any water crossing, although it's tilted towards the top. I feel like being a short exhaust, the clearance with potential water and everything else, maybe rocks, can be a little bit improved. So after a week with the Moto Morini X-Cape, what do I think? Overall, I would rather buy something like this versus the new Kawasaki KLR. Again, I did not ride the KLR, but I believe this one, especially being the 2023 model, it's on sale right now. I'm not affiliated with Moto Morini. They did not send me the bike. They did not sponsor me to make this video. But for the money, I think you get a lot more out of this bike than the Kawasaki KLR. I just don't know how this would age compared to a KLR, which is very well known. A tank has been through many thousands and hundreds and thousands of miles. I don't know if the Moto Morini will age like a Kawasaki KLR. However, as a new bike, first impression, first feel, definitely like the power, definitely feels nimble. This demo model had a little check engines light on because it was misfiring a couple of times. So the bike has a check engine light and is misfiring a little bit, but the shop was telling me that this was the demo bike. They were already fixing it. The people at the shop Moto 10 who were very nice to let me borrow this for a video were aware of it. I think it has something to do with the spark plugs or the oxygen sensor, since this is the demo bike. Lord knows how people have been playing with the bike. But this was my first impression on the Moto Morini X-Cape. I think this is a great buy. Let me know in the comment what you think about the bike. Have you ridden one? Are you thinking about getting one? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video.